Hello there. Sorry about that. We thought we'd start the new year off with some technical difficulties. That's always fun to do. Internet connection didn't want to cooperate too well. But hopefully we are rolling live on all platforms, and hopefully you're here to join us today. I hope that we've got some good information for small business owners today that I want to share with you. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get some good quality internet for the rest of the presentation. Thanks for taking time to join us today. A lot's going on. We've taken a little bit of a break for the holidays and the new year, and I know you are right back in the thick of things, and I hope business is picking up and going down the path just exactly like you'd hope. So today I'm looking forward to sharing with you some new stuff. The CES show is getting kicked off this week in Vegas, so there's always some technology and some AI news going to be coming out of that, and I want to hit one of them in particular today. Before we do that, let me give you a little nugget that came from, according to The Hustle, in a recent survey of 800 employers, 20% reported seeing recent graduates bringing a parent along to a job interview. Okay, so before you pull the rest of your hair out, just let that sink in a little bit as to what the workforce is looking like and the mentality of new new job seekers. I don't even know where to go with that. So just thought you'd like that little nugget and be prepared to see maybe mom or dad show up. I've seen the commercial. I thought it was a bit, but apparently 20% of companies are reporting applicants are bringing their parents along. So good luck with all that. So today we want to talk about what are some of the big news items. And let me do this. Let me jump over here and hit this little button right here. And what I want to do is lead with what's the big story right now. And again, I mentioned to you that the CES is kicked off, and parallel to that, Apple has decided to drop their big bombshell. Now, we've heard about the Apple Vision Pro. Let me go ahead and read the news article for you. Apple announced its hotly anticipated Vision Pro augmented reality headsets. They will go on sale in the U.S. on February the 2nd. They're going to retail right at $3,500, making the tech giant's first new product launch since the Apple Watch in 2015. I'll move this over here for you. So this is the Vision Pro. You've probably heard about it. And you may be thinking, okay, this is augmented reality. We've had that. We've had Google Lens. What's the big deal? So the details of the announcement: the headset is billed as a breakthrough in spatial computing. So what I really want us to talk about a little bit today, I want you to put into your vocabulary, is the concept of spatial computing. And what is that going to mean to your business? It's blending AR and VR, okay? So that augmented reality, we'll talk a little bit about that, and then kind of that VR headset kind of experience, virtual reality. So augmented reality, virtual reality, and as Apple tends to do as it continues to be the leader in technology disruption, they're calling it spatial computing. And we'll talk a little bit about why that's the case. They aim to transform communication, entertainment, gaming, and work. Okay, that's why this is so important. Uh, the tech runs on the all new Vision OS platform, so they've got a proprietary platform to run this on to make it work, and it extends the iOS and iPad OS capabilities into immersive apps and experiences. Hundreds of retail staffers are already undergoing extensive hands-on product training and preparation for launch day. If I'm understanding correctly, anyone now can, on a certain date, you might look up, go to the Apple Store and see when they're going to allow um, you to actually book a session at your local Apple Store to try it out. I've got myself a reminder to do that, and the pre-orders are on January the 19th, and the products go on sale on February the 2nd. So I want to say that January 19th is when you can also start to book an appointment at the Apple Store to actually try it out. And I recommend you do. As I explained, you know, uh, the benefits for small businesses potentially, I think you're going to want to check it out for yourself. I mentioned it's a high price point. Um, at that steep of a price point, the initial launch is probably going to be obviously for early adopters and fanboys and that type of thing. With a sleek new tech and bold step forward into a brand new product category, Apple has a chance to alter the retail landscape with another iPod, iPhone, iPad moment. Yes. So why is this important to you? Um, it is a breakthrough in how we are going to be experiencing data and content. And it also is going to be a breakthrough in how we share our products and services with the general public. Okay. So right off the bat, you're thinking, okay, this is ridiculous. You know, people are not going to be walking around wearing these crazy goggles. You got to remember this is version 1. Okay. And with version 1, we all know we had a brick for a phone. So keep that in mind. Having said that, this is the extension of what we've seen with Google and some of the other platforms in the gaming space. Okay. So imagine what Apple's doing with that. I would recommend that you go to the Apple website and check out the video and some of the demos they have. But if you could imagine an immersive experience, you remember when you first saw Minority Report and Tom Cruise is using the screens are coming up in front of him. He's got the goggles on and the screens are coming up and he's using his hands and his fingers to manipulate all the data. We're here. That's what this is. Okay. This is the first version of that in a consumer level. So imagine the experience of reaching out and touching multiple icons, using your eyes to track across the screen and your fingers as they reach down and pinch and expand things. And you're interacting in a tactical sense with the content. Okay. So it's really a mind-blowing experience as it relates to your proximity to the data. You'll be able to create, you'll be in a room, you'll be in your own theater right in front of your face. You'll be able to purchase pay-per-view events and be courtside to a championship game. You'll be in the your own Omni theater. It just goes on and on. But I think we as marketers and we as entrepreneurs need to be aware of what does this mean for us as we move forward into interacting with our content, our products, our websites, all this type of stuff. So we've got to be aware of what that's going to be like and the demand from that. So I want to throw out a couple of options for you. You're seeing here some of the examples from their website, and hopefully visually that just gives you an idea of what we're talking about. The ability to do meetings is going to completely change. They've really upped the game of FaceTime, and you're interacting with people, and the early results are that you feel the presence of people in a room, and you have the peripheral vision, and you have this transparent or translucent nature to it. So you're not the early VR headsets were very opaque. In other words, you lost the sense of spatialness. Apple refers to as spatial computing. It's in the room with you, and you can see through to the wall behind you. It's almost like there's a translucent nature to it. So not only are you can be as focused as you want, but you can also be aware of people in the room and objects in the room. You're not blocked out. You don't lose that sensation of I'm in a tunnel. I'm closed off from reality. So again, it's one of those you're really going to have to try it to get the feel of it. But I do believe from my 30 plus years of experience, this is one of those watershed moments when I first saw the iPhone and I realized it will change the way we interact with technology forever. And obviously we joke about what it's like now that everybody comes into our office staring down at their phone or our showroom or whatever. So we've got to get to them in that environment. So these are the very early days, the very early stages of this. But spatial computing, much like AI, much like all the other ways we're having to adapt as marketers and as businesses, this will not go away. This will be the next big step. And we're seeing so many major steps. They're just happening faster. So I wanted to bring up this announcement from Apple so that you're aware of it, so that you can check it out, so that you can plan ahead. Again, this is not something that's happening immediately, but let me say this. Let's talk about early adoption. Let's talk about your business, and let's talk about how this could set you apart. Again, $3,500 is a nice chunk of change, but let me plant a couple of examples. What if, rather than waiting until everybody has one of these, what if you've got one in your showroom? What if you rethink how your showroom is set up? Now, let me hit pause there for a second. One of the things that makes this so amazing is you're thinking, hey, well, everybody's vision is different. And without going into the real specs of it, they actually make, when you purchase this device, one of the reasons the price tag is so high is they actually create the lenses, they calibrate the lenses for your eyesight. So, whether it's big enough to fit over your prescription glasses or whether you're taking your glasses off and it's been modified so that you can see clearly, there is a personalization to these. Having said that, there's a happy medium, obviously, to go. That's one of the reasons I think you ought to go check it out, is to say, I want to walk in, and what does it look like, me just walking in off the street? So with that in mind, imagine if you could purchase one of these or a couple of these, depending on how they move the needle and how they move your product. What if someone could come into your place of business, your showroom, your kiosk, and put one on and interact with your products and your brand and your content? Okay? You don't think that's going to get talked about? You don't think that's going to get posted on social media? I think one of the things you're going to want to think about is, how can I attract people? Think about running a promo that says you want to check out. It's going to be probably hard to go test this out. I see a window of opportunity where if you've got one and it's available and you say, hey, come in and check out the new Vision Pro and learn more about XYZ company, learn about what we do. And so they're going to come check it out from the novelty standpoint, and then they're going to get immersed in your product. So the question is, how can we quickly create content to be able to show off? There's going to be a wow factor just putting these things on and interacting with it. So again, been doing this for 30 plus years, and I've seen this curve over and over again. You're going to get a rise. The first time we showed someone a web page, they were blown away seeing graphics on the computer, just seeing a logo spinning, if you remember those days. So the ability to come in and let people interact with your videos, interact with your content, interact with your product, and it's just going to grow from there. So that is one thing I wanted to put out there for you to consider, is be aware of the new Apple Vision Pro. Be aware of spatial computing. Take that term and throw it into your vocabulary and impress your colleagues and your employees. And be aware of that. Look for articles on spatial computing, and be thinking about how does this fit into my business model moving forward? What is that going to do to change the average consumer and their expectations? What's it going to be like when they interact with my website, my blog, my content, as they interact with it in this manner? So wanted to share that with you. I thought it was a big wow, and I think it's something that you need to be aware of. So if you've got any questions about it, feel free to hit me up. You can use the comments. If you got comments, please put them there. Please take a moment to like and subscribe if you like content like this. If you want to continue to get inside information about the latest in business trends and AI, and that's what we're here for. This is a time I set aside to be able to be available, to share what's going on, and to answer your questions. So please feel free to dive in, to spread the word. You may be looking at this later. Great. Put a question in the comments. Be sure to hit that like button and hit that bell so you'll know, you'll be alerted when we do these. But we're going to try to do these weekly and get your input and feedback. So with that in mind, let me go forward just a little bit and tell you about us, and then I'll let you go for the day. But we do at East to West Creations provide a full service of digital content services, everything from your websites to content on YouTube videos. We do office monitoring when you go into the office and waiting room, and you've got all the video and slide content, direct mail, email campaigns, the whole 9 yards. But one of the things I want to push right now is to tell you how important it is for you to be creating regular content, and it doesn't have to be difficult. We have a promotion and a program going right now where if you can give me 30 minutes and you've got an iPhone, we can create a 60-second or less video for you. It can be about anything. We charge $250 for that, and that's completely turnkey. So you're ready to go. We schedule it. We hop online. It can be anywhere in the world. And I literally coach you through you've done the elevator pitch a million times, but I help coach you through that. We'll usually put you on a good clean background. It looks good. We'll get it lit. We'll get the mic working. Everything's, it's like, hey, all those barriers. I don't know how to do this. I'm not comfortable. We can get through all that. Okay. If you had somebody to help walk you through that, we can do that. And at the end of the day, you've got a great video. So whether you do one and try it out or whether you do one a week, that's what we do for our clients. And it's really been moving the needle. So let me show you what I'm talking about here. I'll pull up an example of what it would look like if we did something like this for you. If you've got an iPhone in your hands and you've got 30 minutes to give me, we can create meaningful content that can definitely move the needle. Because you've got an iPhone, I can literally coach you through a recording. So let me give you an example of one that we did a couple of weeks ago, and I'll just show you how it turned out. Okay, this was done completely remotely, just with an iPhone right on site for the customer. We were able to take that footage and do our magic with it and create good quality content. That's a great way to get started, doing that kind of remote recording and just doing small segments like that. If you've got an iPhone in your hand, so as you can tell, that's footage that came from a recording just like this. And taking it, chopping it up, adding some production value to it makes all the difference in the world. And the breakthrough is that we can now do that remotely anywhere. It's just a matter of blocking a little time out, glorified Zoom call. When we get that content, then we do our thing, and you can see what kind of quality we can get. So with that in mind, I want to kind of take it a step further and give you a gift for watching this video. If you are interested in doing one of those, I'd like to do one free for you to show you. I'm going to take a handful. If the first couple of people that respond in the comments or hit me up on DM, you can hit me up at Charles C. Gaines on the social platforms. Let me know, hey, I saw your video and I'm interested in that 60-second free video promotion you're running. I would love to do that for you and let you see firsthand how this works and how easy it is. Okay, so let the first one be on me. I want you to check it out and would love to connect with you. So that's my gift to you as we go into the new year. The goal is to get more leads and less of you. I'll just go through this real quickly, but to let you know what it is that we believe in and what we've been preaching. We are convinced. We've seen more and more companies be able to multiply their efforts. It can be done, and video is the key to kind of a given. But the big question is, where do I begin? AI is huge. We're on the bleeding away and amazed by it really move the needle. And we are, again, huge believers in seeing great success by using the power of video. And really, at the end of the day, we want to increase the value of you said about, okay? And what we mean by that it meets you, they come in sold. And again, please do hit us up on social media or DM me, like and subscribe, and we will continue this content and share with you what is going on in technology, what is going on in AI, and to help move the needle and grow your business. For taking time to be with us today, and wish you the very best, and appreciate you hanging in there when the internet